It's an overcast day here at the village, and I'm in a rush to get this establishing shot recorded because I can see more people approaching the lineup, and they've been open for almost an hour now. This is the place to be, I'm telling you. Thrifting is so hot right now. Hey, you know about thrifting?
That's hot.
Damn right it's hot. And if you enjoyed being reminded of early 2000s TV, you might dig this symphonic flat panel. From a distance, it almost looks like that iMac from episode 9 that I can't stop talking about. That was also $25, and I mean, don't get me wrong, this TV is worth $25, and I absolutely love the fact that they sold an iMac for $25, but I just get confused as to where the bar is set for pricing, you know? If it's set at $25 for this TV, then that Mac should have been like $200, and if the bar is set with the Mac, then this thing would be free, or, you know, somewhere around $3. If we go back in this clip a little bit, you can see me looking for an HDMI input, and then I remembered, yeah, this is standard definition. But it does have a built-in DVD player. You know what didn't have that? That Mac that I can't stop thinking about. You know what? We've spent a lot of time in assorted electronics over the last, well, I guess it's been every single episode, and I apologize for that. It is what I find most interesting, but it might not be for everybody, so let's forget all the electronics and video games and all that really interesting and fun stuff and see what else this store has to offer. Starting out with the kids' toy section. I've never shown a good wide shot of this section because, well, it's usually quite a few people here, and, you know, it's huge and packed to the gills, but I had a good opportunity, so this is what it all looks like. Kind of makes me wish the assorted electronics section was this big. That's my happy place. If it was this big, I'd just be that much happier. I mean, who doesn't love toy weapons? Some cool guns down there, but swords are where it's at. Even floppy ones like this. It isn't floppy, it's just flexible. You want that in a good sword. What was I saying? Oh yeah, guns are cool, but don't underestimate the pointy stuff. You could stab a bunch of imaginary bad guys with this dagger and never worry about running out of, you know, imaginary bullets. Yep. Nothing wrong with toy weapons, like this little handgun that really stood out to me. Notice anything missing? Yeah, don't take the orange tip off your toy guns, kids. Not only could it get you killed, but it also makes the gun illegal, and now my fingerprints are all over this one. Great. I loved action figures as a kid. Here's Batman posed like he's about to let one rip. That's awesome. Seems to be some kind of yoga class going on down here. Wonder who the teacher is. Definitely this guy. I don't recognize him. Is this like a Disney character? Oh my god, he's wearing capris so tight it's cutting off the circulation. Look at his legs. They look like eggplants. Look at his feet. Looks like he was stomping grapes. Here's the creepy doll section on the complete opposite side of the store. These were very popular when I was a kid, and that makes me feel old as dirt. I think people thought these would become really valuable someday, but that day hasn't come yet. The only fun they provide is when you get them all together like this and try to find the creepiest one. My money's on this fella down here with the passive-aggressive look like he's murdering someone in his head while trying his best not to show it on his face. It's a small section, but they've got a lot of board games. When I was a kid, I always thought that was such a well-suited name for these. Then I found out they were using the word board in a different context. But I did like dominoes, not the actual game, you know, just setting them up and knocking them down. I probably would have loved to bust out some fart, you know, if we had that back in the day when I was a kid. And I definitely recognized the name Mind Trap. I still can't recall the actual game, but that logo, oh, they put the sticker right over it. Alright, I'm sorry, I gotta see the full Monty. Let me just pause this here and we'll open up a web browser. It'll only take a minute. It's worth it, trust me. And yes, I use Microsoft Edge. It's my idea of challenging myself. Now, get a load of that logo in all its glory. See what I'm saying? The colors and the design, it does something to my brain. I don't know what it is, but I like it. But all these other board games, they just bring back a bunch of memories of playing Monopoly as a last resort before just saying screw it and, you know, going to bed early in hopes that, you know, you'd at least have an entertaining dream. Comics stir better memories, but I didn't know that My Little Pony was so emo now. It's like the brony version of Batman Beyond. Lots of issues of Fables. I've heard that's pretty good. I'm surprised to see comics made for kids. I thought this was all 80s and 90s kids buying this stuff up, and kids would be, you know, prefer to use their phones or the tablets or whatever, but, you know, it's good to see that youth still like to get touchy-feely with their comics and not just, you know, tappy-swipey. Does this thing light up, or is it just like, oh. Wow, it's really jammed in there. Don't you hate it when you really want to pee, but it won't come out? Maybe this way? Okay, we're just gonna leave this here then. Here's the barware section. I had no idea it existed. I'm trying to remember what it was like to be in a smoke-filled bar, but some jerk just keeps giving me the stink eye, I guess because he didn't like the fact I was recording a video. Excuse me, sir, why aren't you wearing a mask like the rest of us? Oh wait, that's a bucket. I'm talking to a bucket. Oh man, I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here. But we can't leave without checking out what they've got behind the glass, and since we're avoiding the usual stuff, I thought it would be fun to check out a different section of the glass display case. And yeah, it's just all jewelry. I wonder if they have an expert pricing this stuff out back. Like, how can they tell the valuable stuff from the cheap stuff? It all looks the same to me. We better hightail our way out of here before they think we're casing the joint for a jewelry heist. Well, there you go. Turns out you can have a little bit of fun at the village without spending most of the entire time oogling electronic gizmos and doodads. But if you're a fan of the doodads, don't worry. Now that we've gotten it out of our system, we can go right back to our regular routine next time we visit the Village of Values.